So as a photographer, having a photo setup is where we can really get creative. And I don't believe that it needs to cost so much money. I really feel like it should be budget friendly. So I'm gonna show you how you can create your own photo setup in your home or in studio, because this can go either place. The first thing you wanna do and get out the way is plan your creative concept. So you have to think about how your photo setup is going to look. What color do you want? Do you want props? It all depends on your vision. So get that clear, maybe write it down on a piece of paper, or even go on canva.com and make up a nice vision board or mood board of what you want to see. And that will help you to have a diving board on how you can now go out and get the products and get everything that you need. One thing that I love to do is, like I said before, the Canva mood board, and it really helps me to get everything up here down into a real materialized space, because when you see it, you'll begin to believe it even more. So that is what I encourage, is to get it all planned out first. There's nothing wrong with having a go-to agenda on how you're going to approach a shoot, because you can be more clear-headed and you'll be able to execute it better. And then you want to find a nice backdrop. Now what you have to do is determine if you want to do a paper roll or you want to do fabric or canvas backdrops. For me, I love them all, but one thing that I always go to is the fabric backdrops, because I feel like they hold light a little bit better and there's so many different textures. The fabric that I love to do is called muslin, but I also love solid backgrounds. And make sure when you get your fabric to make sure that it is nice and thick, so like I said before, the light is not protruding through it. And even if it is, you can do it in post-production of like taking the spots of light out, but try to get it there first out of the package or wherever you're buying it from, so you don't have to do too much. Another thing is, you can literally go to your local fabric store and get you some fabric. You don't always have to go online, but there are some amazing places online like dbackdrop.com and Amazon. Another cool hack is a bed sheet. Now, not the one that has like the scrunchy ends on it, the one that's a little bit more looser. And maybe if, let's say, you're doing a portrait where you don't need the full body of it, you can double layer it or double fold it over your stand, which we're going to talk about next, and that will create that thickness where light won't go through too much. And there are some fabrics as low as $25, $30, even less than that, y'all. And if you go to a fabric store, just let them know that you want 3.5 yards and higher. That's what I suggest, because 3.5 yards is it 9 feet? Oh my God, let me look. Okay, so I just looked it up, and 3.5 yards is 10 feet and 6 inches. So that is pretty long, and that's really good for full body as well. But do what, you know, tickles your fancy. Whatever you want to do, that's totally fine. And then next, you got to get something that backdrop is going to hang on. So you need your backdrop stands, or another name for it is C-stands. When you're searching for those backdrop stands, my suggestion is to get them 8 feet and higher. I wouldn't have anything lower than that, because you want to accommodate all heights. And I think also, if you don't want to do 8, you can go 10 and 12. Those are even better, because think about it, if someone's wearing heels, or if there is someone that is 6 feet, they may take up, you know, a lot of space on there. So you want to just have enough room where you feel like you're getting all of them into the backdrop. But then if you are a pro or somebody that knows photography editing for real, you can always extend the background. And I also did a video on that, so make sure you see it. If you are someone that works in Photoshop, please go watch it, because it's really easy. It's a cool trick that you can do, and it takes you only 2 minutes, honestly. So yes, get the stands. I recommend Amazon, and looking for the E-Mart brand or the newer brand. They also come in certain kits where they come with certain backdrop clips and sandbags. It's really amazing. And I'm going to link them below, the ones that I suggest. So please go get them. There's some as low as $40 or $30. Y'all go ahead. Because listen, we're all about creating the vision, making it come to life, but on a nice budget, okay? For real. But also, if you're using props, let's say you're using a fake tree or fake flowers, or a coffee stand. Make sure that you plan that out and it works within your budget, or if you really just want this vision and something or a prop is too much or it feels like it's a lot of money at the moment, just take your time and save for it and do it when it is time and do it when you're ready. And then after you have all those materials, you want to make sure that you position your setup by a light. So that's either natural light or artificial light. For me, I love doing natural light. I just love what it gives. It's also free, and so that can really help you in your budget for sure. And one thing that you can always do is face it towards the window or face it like side by side by the window to get that nice, light that comes on the side of someone's face and it kind of contrasts on the other opposing side. But it's up to you, however you want to do it. And then if you want to do artificial light with the studio strobes or continuous box lights, you can do that as well. I'm gonna link a few below that I feel like are pretty cost effective. Lights could be a little bit more on the, pricey side, or just the pricey side of this list of what we're building today, but you can still get some really good ones. If you want to do the continuous box lights that I like to do if I'm doing it in a confined space, like my home or something like that, there are light kits out there that have it with bulbs instead of that strobe. But if you want to do the strobe, you can also do that as well and get a nice diffuser on it. That is one thing that I will always say. If you want to get a nice softness to your portraits or to whatever you are creating, is to have a diffuser over it. So even if you are doing natural light, maybe you have a translucent sheet, white sheet, or something that will kind of like diffuse it a little bit. But if you do it within the hours of, let's say, 1 or 2 or 3, the light isn't as harsh outside, so that's a really good time to do it. Or do it right before, I would say 9 a.m. And then golden hour is amazing. Golden hour it's just beautiful. But it all depends on what your look is going for and what your vision is. I know for me, when I did a cool home studio setup with my friend Sierra, it was really fun because I had a nice just black sheet and we got some photos done, and I got that video on here too if you want to watch it. It was so fun and so convenient. So when it comes to bringing your studio set to life, it doesn't have to cost as much. I really believe that this is where we can really extend our creative juices because it really is a playground for us. And as a photographer, I really do believe that set design and studio shoots are just so beautiful and we have to continue to create them. A lot of people love them. A lot of people want to hire photographers for them. So they're always going to be in demand and they're convenient in any season, in any weather that is happening outside. So that is one thing that I absolutely love. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below, and we can talk more photography in the next video.